In this video, we're going to walk through problem 2-24 in Connect. It's the last problem in the homework set, and discuss the concept of the bubble tax rate. What we mean by the bubble tax rate is we've got a progressive income tax rate structure going from 15% to 25 to 34 to 39, but then notice it drops back down to 34. Then it goes up to 35, to 38, and then drops back down to 35. The 38 and the 39 are referred to as bubble rates. What they're trying to do is eliminate the benefit of these lower tax brackets for higher income taxpayers. And they do that by imposing a slightly higher temporary, what we refer to as bubble rate. And we can see that if we earn $335,000, we do pay an average rate that's equal to our marginal rate. Every single dollar we are paying a 34% tax rate at. But if we only earned, say, $200,000, on average, we're paying a tax rate of 30.6%, not the 34% that Congress has thought, well, if you're making this much money, you ought to be paying 34%, and we're going to try to start gradually eliminating the benefits of these lower tax brackets. And again, that's the idea behind our bubble rate, because as our income, say, goes up to $285,000, notice our average rate goes from 30.6 to 33.1. As it goes up to, say, $320,000, our marginal tax rate stays at 39, but our average rate gets closer and closer to that 34%. And once we hit that 335,000, every single one of our dollars we're paying an average as well as a marginal tax rate of 34%. So the question then is, how did they come up with this 39% rate? Well, first, let's look at the amount of taxes that are due if we have on our first $100,000 in income, and that would be $22,250, the sum of the taxes from those three brackets right there. If our first $100,000 was taxed at a 34% rate, we would owe a total of $34,000. So those lower rates in those lower brackets provide a benefit of $11,750. In other words, that much in reduced taxes. And the IRS, that's what they're trying to get back with that bubble rate. So our next tax bracket covers $335,000 to $100,000, which is a total of $235,000 in income. If we didn't have a bubble rate, that would be taxed at a 34% rate. The taxes on that would be $79,900. That's just the $235 times 34%. So if we want to collect these lower or lost taxes due to this progressive nature of our income tax schedule, we're going to need to collect an additional $11,750. Again, that's what we calculated above, for a total of $91,650 in taxes. All right, well, if that's how much money we need to collect in taxes on $235,000 in income, that means the marginal rate for that tax bracket needs to be the $91,650 divided by 235, or a total of 39%. So that's how we came up with the bubble rate. Now, if the IRS wanted to drop that bubble rate from, say, 335 down to 300, then they're going to have to do what? Raise the taxes on that particular bucket of income, because then that next tax bracket would only cover $300,000 minus the $100,000. It would only cover what? $200,000 in income. And the taxes on that $200,000 in income, instead of being $79,900, it's going to be the $200,000 times 34%, or $68,000. And again, that's just simply our $200,000 times 34%. Well, now we want to collect the $68,000 and the $11,000 benefit from the low brackets. So we're going to need to collect a total of $79,750 in income. Now, of course, that instead of being spread over 235,000, that 79,750 needs to be spread out over $200,000 in income. And the rate would have to be the 79 divided by 200,000. Our rate would have to be, it's not going to be exactly 40%. Let's throw a few decimals on there. 39.88%. And we could check our tax table and see if that would be the case. So we were going to have income of 300,000. This tax bracket wasn't going to be stopping at 335. It was going to go up to what, 300,000. And we said we would need to have a tax rate of 39.88%. Let's just show you that that is the 39.88%. And notice, there's our average tax rate. Okay, and again, the marginal tax rate, let's increase our decimals on there. That was our 39.88. So that's how you would solve that particular question related to the bubble rate.